All right.
Live in Southern Oregon and Northern California, this is News 10 at 5.
We have contact, one hostile male armed. 10-4, shots fired, one suspect down.
Tonight, we hear new police radio traffic as a deputy describes a deadly encounter with what he says is an armed man. As we come on the air tonight, a number of new developments in that breaking news from overnight. Good evening, I'm Jonathan Brines. Thank you for joining us. A deputy-involved shooting in Jackson County. Now one man is dead, and tonight the Oregon State Police are trying to figure out what happened. Late this afternoon, Sheriff Nathan Sickler went before the cameras to defend his deputy who fired the fatal shot. It's tonight's top story at 5.
As they continued to speak with the witness or victim of this incident, Varner exited the building with a handgun, approached the deputies in an aggressive manner, and pointed the gun at them. One deputy fired his patrol rifle multiple times, striking Varner.
Today, investigators from the Oregon State Police were out collecting evidence from that shooting. It happened at 8:15 last night in the 8000 block of Blackwell Road in Central Point. In a press conference a little more than 90 minutes ago, Sheriff Sickler says the armed man is Teddy James Maverick Varner, who was shot and killed at the scene. The sheriff describes him as, quote, armed and hostile. It all started with a call to 911. Deputies called to investigate shots fired in a shed.
The caller reported the suspect was threatening her boyfriend and then heard gunshots coming from the shop area on the property.
An autopsy on Varner was completed today, revealing he died from 2 gunshot wounds from the deputy's firearm. The unnamed deputy is now on administrative leave pending an investigation. Once again, that man who died is identified as 29-year-old Teddy James Maverick Varner. Now the Oregon State Police will take the lead to find out if that shooting was justified under the law. Then it's handed over to the Jackson County District Attorney's Office. A Jackson County grand jury is expected to take up the case and decide if the deputy faces criminal charges or be cleared of any wrongdoing. Continuing coverage tonight, this is the 7th officer-involved shooting in Jackson County in the last 2 years. News 10 has learned the district attorney submitted an updated deadly physical force plan that will govern how county law enforcement handles these incidents. The plan was approved by cities across the county until changes were recently made.
So the 3 minor changes that we made were really just words that we had changed. We typically use a stenographer when we interview the police officers who are involved in a deadly force incident.
These changes also include having an officer on scene in charge of securing the weapon involved for the investigation and removing the toxicology section, as well as issuing a search warrant if they believe it to be necessary. Now 2/3 of the cities in Jackson County have to approve the plan. The DA says that could take 90 days. To hear more from the sheriff from the press conference, check out the story on KTVL.com. Take a look at this. This morning, a resident near Poplar Drive woke up to the Ring doorbell camera being activated. That's when the resident witnessed an unknown female holding a gun. You can see it right here. The resident called Medford police, who arrived on the scene and arrested 29-year-old Jasmine Lavette. Without incident, detectives determined she stole the gun from an unlocked car and actually wanted to use the porch light to see how it worked. The incident remains under investigation. Also caught on camera, a dangerous situation in Las Vegas, captured on a surveillance system. I must warn you, this attack footage may be disturbing to some viewers. In the early morning, you can see this woman run to the porch, followed by a man. The woman bangs on the door and screams for help. The man attacks her and allegedly kidnaps her. Detectives were able to find the victim and identify 23-year-old Darnell Rogers as the suspect.
And it's important that the public reach out, that these surveillance systems are so helpful for us in following up, in countering the crimes, to combat these violent crimes in nature. And I'd just like to say thank you to all of you, thank you to the citizens, and the excellent work done by my detectives.
The man was charged with kidnapping and domestic battery. Ahead tonight on News 10 at 5, the president has a big job to do in the new year.
I'm James Rosen on Capitol Hill, back with a look at a president of the United States who's being tested by hostile regimes overseas at the same time that he faces an impeachment trial here at home.
Plus, who doesn't love a tasty, healthy smoothie? The easy recipe next in tonight's West Coast Flavors.
You are watching News 10 at 5.